Ever wanted to build your own AI agent but figured you needed to know how to code? This video is going to prove you wrong. And by the end of this video, you'll have watched me build a real working AI agent from scratch, start to finish, using the exact process behind all 80 agents on my marketplace, TreasureRate.com. And if you appreciate this type of content, go ahead and gently tap that like button below, because without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first up, what you actually need before you touch anything. I personally use Emergent for all my builds. Emergent is a builder's platform that makes it easy to use, and the customer support is top notch. They will bend over backwards to help you accomplish exactly what you're trying to build. You can build fully functional apps and websites through simple conversations. It's where ideas really become reality, folks. And the best part is that you can start building AI agents right alongside me today by clicking on the link below labeled Emergent. Make sure to use my link to get a discounted rate and let them know that TreasureRate.com sent you, and you will see what I mean when I say that they will not disappoint when it comes to free credits. And that's really it. You don't need a computer science degree. You don't need to hire a developer. And you definitely don't need months of free time carved out. However, what you do need is one clear, specific problem you're solving for someone. Not AI for marketing. Next, let's actually build one together. Email Overlord is a TreasureRate.com marketplace favorite simply because the tasks it solves for people are some that I believe haunt all of us. I know at least I dreaded the mornings before I built this because the first hour of every day was spent going through my email inbox and sorting through the hundreds of emails that came in while I was sleeping. I mean, if I didn't stay on it, it wouldn't take long before it became overwhelming, and my stress level would go through the roof. My thoughts racing through my mind, looking back now, are very doomsday, I admit. However, at the moment, it really felt like the world was crashing down around me. I remember it like it was yesterday. Who were all these emails from? I don't recognize any of these names. Why does there seem to be more and more new senders every day? How did all these people get my email address? Have I been hacked? Am I actually getting any of the emails I'm expecting or hoping for? Because it sure didn't seem so. Or how am I going to respond to every serious sales lead if I can't even find one? Or how am I going to get this done before I have to go to my actual job? And I truly believe that these thoughts probably are pretty common among anyone that uses an email for some sort of work-related tasks, whether it's sending inquiries or just communicating amongst coworkers or even potential clients. And finally, we get to modern day, and AI has taken ginormous leaps and bounds. So I decide to try and use this to my advantage and learn as much as possible about anything AI I could get my hands, eyes, and brain on. I started learning about the powers of harnessing AI agents and their abilities to actually take directions and, with a bit of prompt engineering, complete complex tasks, as well as use memory and reasoning with logic to do it. This was a game changer. And I started building my army of 80 golden AI agents to help people of all walks in hopes that they might have an easier life, a little less doomsday, and a lot of save time. Email Overlord was my first agent I built, and here's how I built him. I decided to employ the help of Emergent with my build, and after using Emergent's AI for brainstorm session, one of the many things they offer, I began my build. First, I outlined a realistic step-by-step process. I'm going to give Emergent my exact directions, step by step, that I would like the soon-to-be email overlord to perform. Then I'm going to give the email pipeline architecture email overlord needs to understand, starting with the actual architecture. The agent needs to monitor the inbox by either polling or using email webhooks. Then the agent needs to categorize incoming emails with custom logic beyond the email's built-in filters. After this, the agent will identify and handle spam or unwanted promotional content, followed by the ability to generate contextual draft replies. Then the agent needs to queue those drafts in a scheduled outbox for review before sending. With this being my basic architecture for Email Overlord, I will also add any extra things that need to be added about the inner workings of the actual system as a whole. This is a multi-component system that touches every email's API. Therefore, it needs to have the ability to perform a kind of LLM-powered classification and reply generation. The solution, scheduling mechanism. Since emails don't have a native pending approval outbox, the practical solution is to have the agent create email drafts with a special label like AI draft pending approval that can be reviewed, edited, and sent manually. This leverages what's already available in the email MCP tool, creating drafts, applying labels, searching threads, without needing to build custom infrastructure. Every agent I build follows the same shape. It takes an input, does one specific job with it, and hands back something the person couldn't easily do themselves in the same amount of time. Quick break. If you want to see the 80 agents I built and experience the real benefits of and convenience of using our agents to help your day-to-day life, then check out the link TreasureRate.com below, where you will find a marketplace offering all of my 80 agents. Choose one that grabs your interest and try for free, folks. You won't find this deal anywhere else, I guarantee. Or learn this exact building process step by step inside the Treasure Room, a community built around it. The link is in the description below. Now back to the build. Once the agent's built, here's the part most people skip completely. Testing it on a real task before you ever try to sell it. When testing Email Overlord, the only issue I ran into was realizing that the draft emails that were being sent for approval sounded nothing like a response I would write. Every time I would open the drafts folder, everything seemed to read like generic customer support copy-paste. No voice to text looseness, no directness, none of the tone that was actually mine. Why this happened? After more scrutiny, I realized the drafting prompt had no examples of how I actually wrote. The fix, I fed it 5 to 10 of my real sent emails as few shot examples in the system prompt, not just an adjective like list like direct and warm. The tone is much easier to copy from examples than it is to describe. It was fixed. Then comes pricing, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong. I don't price by the month like a typical subscription. I price by the hours it saves someone, because that's a number a buyer can actually feel and justify to themselves. A tool that saves 3 hours a week is worth way more to someone than a flat $20 a month subscription. And pricing it that way usually sells better too. And there you have it, folks. That's a full AI agent built from nothing in one sitting with no code involved. If you want to see how I actually get agents like this one in front of real buyers instead of letting them sit there unused, I made a video on exactly that. You can check it out by clicking right here.